Okay, a bunch has changed. A bunch of things just changed. I'm booked for the 1st of May. Whew, things just got very real. And it's a month sooner than I was expecting. Things are about to get pretty crazy. I don't have engine mounts, I don't have an engine bed, I don't have any of that stuff set up. My motor's under a tarp next to my boat. If you've been watching along, you know now that the hull is all sealed up, the bottom paint is on, she's watertight except for the huge hole in her stern. The list goes on. There's tons to do. But if I can make a couple hundred extra bucks and really hustle, as well as fulfill my work obligations with Avalon and Providence in the meantime, which is going to eat up a few of those precious few days, I should be able to get the boat in the water. Oh, it begins.
This is a boat tour. So we've been doing a lot of exterior work the last little while, getting her ready for splash. But you guys haven't really seen the interior. We haven't been spending a lot of time inside because it's been basically a construction zone. But we're hungover today and we are just chilling here. I cannot express that enough. We are very hungover.
Yeah.
Due to my poor decision making, which I will take.
Someone's got to make bad decisions for us.
Yeah, normally it's you with boats, but this time it was me with alcohol. So, but
it was our anniversary, so we were allowed to get a little wet and wild.
Yeah, we got very loose in the loose for sure. Aside of that, yeah. So this is the interior of Dagon. Like I said, it's been a mess. I would say it's looking better because Barry took a lot of the stuff out, but it still has a long way to go.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of walk you through the little projects that we have done and the projects that we have to do still. So I'm just sitting by the hatch. So this is more towards the stern of the boat. Yeah, so you've seen the hatch that I restored. So this is like the little entry area. The motor is going to be installed behind this staircase. We also have to install a diesel tank, and then Barry has to finish aligning the prop shaft and the V-drive.
Yeah,
Look at
dang,
me.
she knows what's up.
Apparently I know things about boats now. So this actually used to be a little chart work table, or like a little desk there, but Barry's cut it out.
It was at about this height, and it ran over to there.
It was a useful desk, but it kind of just collected a lot of stuff and made the boat feel smaller. But what is going here?
So we're gonna test today whether the diesel tank fits underneath the cockpit or if it ends up here. But right in here is gonna be, at this height, I'm changing the height, is gonna be a table that wraps around. That'll be the first step when you come into the boat. It's gonna be top of table, top of motor, top of V-drive. So it'll be a 3-step entrance.
Wow, fancy. And then over here we have what would be like a
quarter berth.
Quarter berth, yeah. Don't really need it to be a berth, so I think it's going to be changed. Well, there's a water tank under here, but it's old and it's broken.
We're gonna replace it.
Yeah,
so
that
there's
needs to be replaced.
gonna be a big one put under there.
I don't imagine this will turn into a bed area. It seems more useful for storage. You can see there's a little shelf there that has tools on it right now, but I think that should be maybe a shoe rack. And there's an amazing amount of space actually back there, so it should really be extended almost.
Yeah, I'm thinking about water maker going back there.
Yeah, because it's actually a huge space.
It's massive.
It's a huge void right now.
Yeah.
So, like, this whole berth could actually be shifted back, and this could be used for something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the berth should just really go. It'd be chilly back there, but.
I can make it better, but yeah. That's usually where tall people sleep. That's where Alex sleeps.
Yeah, that would be a great useful space to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the interior of this boat, like, even though it's a 38-foot boat, it feels small.
Because it's a big cockpit.
Yeah.
Although, step onto some 40s and 50s, and they're smaller feeling inside. She's actually weirdly spacious.
I'm used to perihelion
now,
and we are spoiled for space in every single sense.
I've been on some 45s and stuff that feel substantially smaller.
Yeah, like perihelion stateroom feels like the same size as this.
Absolutely. That's a totally different beast. Yeah. That boat is something else.
Just like that stateroom alone is massive.
Yeah, so, and then also exhaust, that's my muffler there. It's a water lift muffler that's gonna go here-ish. and it's gonna run all the way back and exhaust out the transom, so I gotta run that as well. And I also just got myself a big window from a friend that I'm gonna put right there, so there'll be a lot more light coming in the boat from the cockpit.
Another thing to do.
It'll be an easy, fun job. It's just some Sikaflex and a router.
That's what he always says. And then moving forward, so on the port side, we have this beautiful wood stove.
Yeah, it's a 1900s shipmate.
Yeah, this is a really great little table thing. Yeah, beautiful shipmate.
God, these oil lamps actually provide so much warmth when you're out at sea. Like, you can't plug in your oil heater when you're out, so it's wood stove and oil lamps, and it really makes a big difference.
Yeah, and then on the starboard side, we have what is currently the sleeping area. However, I think this should change and be a couch, and then have, you know, we'll move up in a second, but I think the bed should be in the V berth, a little more isolated.
So you're not inviting people into your bed every time.
Exactly. It feels like my bachelor apartment, whereas like there's not really anywhere to hang out that's not like a bed, and you don't really want to invite people over just to sit on your bed. It's kind of weird.
It is awkward, yeah.
Especially like, I don't know, man, like people that you've just met. Like, it's just nice to have your sleeping area be more private. And
Actually, but first, before you move over there,
yeah.
so this is all the new deck we put in, and you can see the scarfs here where the new deck beams went in, because these had all rotted out. This rotted, the top section here rotted away, and this whole bulkhead got rotted out. So this is the galley you shouldn't be able to see in here, and so this has got to get replaced as well.
This would be nice to have like an extra storage area for like maybe excess linens or
Agreed.
pajamas and stuff. Oh, well, I guess that won't actually be a bed here, so that could be, I don't know, we'll figure out, but that's a useful storage area. Maybe we'll put snacks in there.
It's actually pretty big.
Cabinet that's not being utilized right now.
I only discovered it when I cut the wall out.
It's wild. And then moving to the port side again. Doing stainless cigarettes. So this is a mess.
This
currently.
originally was at this height, like right here. It was a couch, and it was also often used as a bed, but you had to stick your feet through into the cupboard, and it was too short. So
yeah, because that's like too short even for me, and I'm not that tall.
So what I've done is I've extended it up and turned this into, you know, the average 18-inch high chair scenario. So this is going to be a chair. This is going to have a curved piece of plywood here, so it'll be nice and round. And this is going to be where the batteries go. And then here is the beginning of a deep freeze. You can see I've got the cooling plate, everything in here, everything's run. And I just need to coat it in epoxy and fill it with foam. So it's going to have 3 inches of foam. It's going to have access right here. So you'll have to maybe get someone to stand up. But alternatively, when you're in the galley, there's going to be an additional little hatch right here that you can reach directly into the freezer. So that's the arrangement for that. And all the electronics to control it are just hiding way back there.
Yeah, this area around the mast does still leak a little bit.
It's just the mast boot outside, so it's all good.
Yeah, so we just got to fix that on the outside, but it's a very small leak. In the galley, this is the ply that we've replaced. Currently, it's just one thick piece, but we need to install a second piece, which we cut in one of our last videos.
Yeah, once it's in, we can install the porthole that used to be here too.
Sand this. We've considered doing that today, but it's going to make a huge mess, so I think we're going to approach that in a smarter way and actually mask it off properly. Oh, I'm so glad that's just shiny epoxy and not water. That makes me very happy every time there's not wetness in places that we've already fixed. Yeah, so I think we did a pretty decent job.
I got some little lights installed recently
it's a
too.
little sloppy, but
Look at these little guys. And then with this deck prism that Simon and I installed last year, it's so nice. So much extra light in the galley.
Yeah, you need to get a thing for the inside of it.
A little trim? Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be
Yeah,
great
that'd
actually.
be
But
really
that is so much light it lets in, it's unreal.
Beautiful too.
Yeah, let's see if I
Yeah,
can
so
get
pretty basic little galley. This boat got
hot water on demand.
propane stove.
Yeah.
The storage area is not bad, but for the future, I mean, obviously that's something that we're going to redesign. It's really weird because this area is really deep.
Because that's actually, that's not meant to have stuff on it. That's meant to be the hatch that lifts up,
Right,
and
to
it does
get-
have a handle there
Yeah, I see that.
to get access there. So that might stay
It's not
clear
really
forever.
useful.
It's good for putting like all this away when you go sailing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because there'll be a wall there, so we'll just slide off.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then
Nice basic little sink.
I installed a little manual pump so that we can pump without using battery. And then also I have this, so that turns on the water pump and I can go cold water. And then when I go hot water, it pumps it through there, through here, and in a few seconds you get hot water and it is warming up. So yeah, it gets really, really, really hot. So yeah, that's that. I love this setup. I got my little soap tray.
Another job for us is going to be fixing this this
countertop.
Countertop, that's the word.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get
looks like fucking salmonella waiting to happen, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a sheet of copper and put it on the top, and that'll be the self-sanitizing surface up here.
Yeah, so you won't even ever have to use soap again.
Got nice supplies in here. This is really cool because they have the little locking drop-down latch, so now it doesn't pull up, but you lift it and you pull it. Bronze cutlery. That's a knife sharpener.
Oh, cool. Very dirty.
I found it in the bilge when I bought the boat.
That does not surprise me at all. Yeah.
And
moving
then
back here.
sort of pantry stuff here that needs a bit more finish work, obviously. This is the head here. I'm not going to show that. It's just a head. You've all seen one before.
It's storage.
Yeah. And up here's some more galley storage.
Yeah.
Honjins, etc.
Place for onions and potatoes.
And then up here is the V-berth, which is currently just a fridge, but we'll crawl in here. Oh, butt pads.
Yeah, I've never actually really crawled in here. I try not to go in here very much. It's immediately so much colder in here.
Yeah. So there's my electronics are up here, which I'm going to move up forward beside the wood stove. And this is the shower head. Oh, I can't wait to install this.
It's cold. Oh, because it's open.
That's not gonna
There's
help.
your problem.
That's your problem right there. Yeah, I'm gonna put in a big double bed in here. I'll have the fridge up to the side. I'll have, so this will be one we use when we're at shore, or doing little day cruises, but long term we'll use the deep freeze because that'll be more efficient. And I'm considering installing, I know it's ridiculous, but I want to find a really tiny little wood stove and install it right about where that panel is, because then you can just lay in bed and have a little bit of wood up here.
A forced air heater.
That's the alternative.
I think that sounds a lot safer because like bedding has a tendency to just move all over the place, and like even if it's like hot, it could kill us. We could die from it.
Yeah. And then behind me,
the only really gross thing is that chain. I guess it needs to be.
I'm gonna put
off.
I'll put a door on it. So behind me is the chain locker, and it's pretty exposed right now. Don't love it.
It's dirty.
I'll put in a little wall there.
Yeah. So actually, like this is
a
really heavily underutilized space.
Yeah.
And then I'm realizing I kind of just always ignored it because it was a problem area, but I think maybe we need to do I'll do a deep clean in here one day when it's raining.
This will end up being, I think it would be really nice to literally just retreat into here for nighttime.
It would be a lot cozier.
Yeah.
And two, like if we're messy one day, like we don't have to worry about it being on camera also.
Yeah.
Because like I think having, I don't know, there's something important to me about separating our private life and the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just like, I don't know, man, I don't want to share everything.
Yeah.
People don't need to see where we sleep. Shine up nice.
Yeah.
I always forget this is back here. It kind of blows my mind how big this space is. It's like almost a third of the boat that we're just not using at all.
I know. There used to be a single bunk right here, and that was all that was in here. It was sails otherwise. I had a shelving unit built right here, and it was my pantry for a while, but I really want to revisit that whole thing.
Really what it should be is, it should
like
be a bedroom.
hanging locker.
Yeah, and then like clothing. Because you could build like a little...
There could be shelves all up here for like undies and whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like that should be contained in here.
Yeah.
I actually really like that idea. This is a great space. Like...
Yeah, this is phenomenal.
Right?
And
Where
so...
do they put the fridge then,
this fridge it could go by where the diesel tank, well, babe, if we figure out the diesel tank can go underneath the... Right here.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because I think the diesel tank, if it doesn't fit there, and it has to go here. I still think it can be the two together here. I can actually run the diesel tank this way and it'll be fine. Fridge here.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Actually, I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the boat. That's the inside. So it's going to require a lot of work, but at the same time, these are improvements that are going to make a huge difference to the livability in here.
Yeah.
Because I personally, like, I didn't really spend much time inside the boat. Like, I spend time working on it, but, like, at the end of the day when I'm tired, this is not my place of solace. And I want it to be. It's nice here.
Yeah.
Like, it has so much potential. It just really needs to be deep cleaned, lots of coats of paint, finish up what, I think we just start finishing the work we've started.
Yeah.
And then go
Project
from
by
there.
project,
Yeah. Because, like,
that's what made the exterior go by so well, is that we just stopped and crushed the whole project and then moved
we
on.
whole assed one thing instead of half-assed a bunch of things.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference. Because otherwise it feels like, I mean, you're constantly in a mess because there's projects open everywhere.
Which there is
it's-
currently.
Yeah, but I mean, even just finishing up the galley, getting that porthole reinstalled, like,
Yeah.
that'll also complete the exterior.
Yeah, she's got a lot of potential. A bunch of opening and closing little vent covers, really beautiful ones. And so when I get the forced air diesel stove in here, I'll be able to run the hosing to all of those, and I could go through the boat, and I could sequentially, I could open up, I could close them all up here and turn only one on in the bedroom up forward, which would keep it very warm and cozy all night. Because right now it's the coldest part of the boat.
Yeah, it is quite cold up there.
Yeah.
Also, that porthole was open. That's probably something to do with it. Yeah, that actually, like, really gives me a renewed confidence that, like, we could both sleep here and be happy. Literally, if we're at a dock, anyone walking past could just look in at us doing.
Yeah, it's
anything.
secluded and private back there, or
And
forward.
then too, we can make little covers, make little curtains for in there too over the portholes.
Yep, easy.
That'd be cute. Just like get a little brass rail or
Yeah.
something. We can figure it
I
out.
have brass rail.
Of course you do. Yeah, we'll make like little permanent curtains around the portholes. That would be so cute and
Yeah.
charming, and it would actually help insulate the portholes a little bit better.
Totally. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential up there, and I'm excited to take on that project. But that project is going to happen once we're in the water.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to take us a long time to get all this stuff, but you know what? Once the outside's looking good, it'll be very motivating to make the inside as nice.
She's rot free.
Yeah.
She's rot free, which is really the important part, and she's watertight and she's warm.
It's a cozy little space. It would just be nice for it to be a functional, cozy space, also.
Yeah,
And it would really up the quality of living for us.
yeah, you're
But
telling me.
honestly, this is possible because of fucking you guys.
Yeah.
So, like, we want to make it look nice so that you guys are impressed. We want to impress you guys. Very eager to please. So
Yeah, that's my MO.
give us one compliment, we'll just keep going
Yeah,
forever. Yeah.
yeah. So at some point we'll start tackling these projects again. But it's really cool to show you guys the boat. Like, there's so many gems in here that I'm very proud of. Like,
Show them the beautiful carving of Ship James Allen.
yeah. Woo.
Yeah. And
And-
just like the lines in here are so beautiful, and like the wood when it's clean. And like I like this tile in here is really charming.
Yeah. This is my heart and soul
so
of the boat, I
The
think.
color scheme that we're gonna go with is gonna be shades of blue or like indigo, and then stick with the natural tones and then keep it bright and clean looking and classic and true to the design of the boat.
And it'll be nice to just put your elbows down and work at a laptop or something here, or just have breakfast.
And have it not be just a huge void space where things get thrown in and forgotten about.
It's all. It's none of it's small task, but it's.
It'll be very satisfying.
It was after 5 years of spending time on the boat, made me really realize what I wanted out of the boat. So, my advice is, don't go buy a boat and do this to it. Don't just.
Run what you brung,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, just what you got is good enough, and like a few years in, then you'll know really truly what you want. You come into a boat, you can imagine whatever you want, but it's not going to be what you need.
Unless something's broken, you don't need to fix it right away. Like,
Yeah.
it's not more important than your enjoyment of the boat. Like, you have to remember the reason you have the boat is to enjoy it and not to be in a boatyard for things that are pointless. This kind of stuff, though, needs to be done at a boatyard. However,
Yeah.
the interior, like, once we get in the water, that can all be done on
Yeah,
the water.
we've got all the cordless tools now, everything, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
It's going to be good.
It's gonna be good, yeah, like, I believe in this boat.
It's good.
Officially, no, I said that last time. That was
Yeah.
the official, I believe in the boat.
Yeah.
You know what? It's great. It's cozy. It'd be really nice to be able to do this. I can't wait until we're on the water.
Yeah, imagine if we were literally like out for 3 weeks and we
kinda
just had a
feels
sheet
like
of plywood and we were.
Today it feels like we're on the water a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, just hiding out in the boat, hanging out.
Hanging out, chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a Skynet eventually, so we can have internets.
Skynet.
Skynet, yeah.
Terminator?
Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to have like a permanent table, because I don't know if Barry showed you, but there's a little hole underneath the bed, and that's where the post for the table goes, so the bed can't be out. And also, too, when the table's set up, it's really fucking in the way.
Yeah, it blocks the whole
Super in the way.
boat. So getting that lateral space where you can step out of the way of someone, where you can.
And also, too, when it's not installed, you now have a giant post with a table on it.
Yeah, and then where do you
even
put the
gonna
table?
Because like it's raining outside, it's getting damaged. Like, not that it really matters, but it's stupid, and I hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Major improvements to be done.
Yeah.
This project's largely framed in, so we're getting pretty close to being able to slap plywood on it, and then insulate all of the fridge and put a roof on it. Like it's not far off. It's not far off. Just we have bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah, we need to get out of the boatyard first.
Yeah, I think we would have this all done in under a week if we just like
If focused on just that alone.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be so satisfying. I literally
Oh.
cannot wait.
Yeah, same. Probably tuck the forced diesel heater up and back in behind there, because that'll be a nice, there's actually a huge void behind the wood stove, and I think that's a good space to keep equipment like that.
I wish I grabbed rags from my house and thought about cleaning today, because that would have been, today is a good cleaning day. It's amazing how much better something that is clean is. Like, it makes a huge difference. And I mean, it's bad for your health to be living in a dirty environment,
Yeah.
especially since there's mold up forward.
Yeah, but
But still, I mean, it's
not
prolonged
great.
exposure to that stuff is not healthy at all.
No.
So.
no, it's
Yeah, so I'm really excited to fucking move forward with this part. This has been, I mean, yeah, literally something we just haven't had time to do.
it's gonna be our home on the water.
Yeah.
What'd you just do?
What does it look like? You saw me do it.
She's not gonna explain it to you guys.
I'm not gonna justify myself to you. No, just kidding. No, I just cut off the Sika that was like making water pool up here. I mean, I think this spot is just gonna pool water because of this. But, yeah, well, it'll be slightly better. At least it looks tidy now.
Yeah, I'll get a little water drip cup for right there. Little bronze one. I actually have one.
Oh yeah, because it settles inside the edge and then it drips in. Like, no matter what you do, every time you open that, it's gonna leak.
Yeah.
I made Barry go outside in the rain to go get the diesel tank while I continued to sit. Yay, good job! You fucking done it.
It smells. It only smells because I just poured out the fuel that was in it.
Sure, bud. Whoa, she's a big boy.
Whew. Oh, hold that for 2 seconds. I'll close this up.
Yeah, she do smell a bit, but it's not bad.
Okay, this.
I got some anti-fouling paint on it because it was underneath the hull when I was painting, but
Sucks, but that's okay.
yeah, I kind of figured you'd say that, but at the time, like, I didn't care. But I do apologize. Sincerely, apologize.
We'll probably paint it black or something anyway. Well,
Yeah.
not black, white.
Quite.
Just so it doesn't absorb too much heat. Oh, going in. Okay, what's my goal here?
Any hole is a goal. Will it fit in the hole? You have to make it flat, right?
Yeah, that's not gonna go there.
Hmm.
So.
This is our other option.
That answers that question. No bueno, no dice.
Mm-hmm. So, whoa, that didn't sound good. That was
What?
your knees.
Oh, probably.
It sounded like the fucking
Old man Barry.
camp. Sounds like a campfire. Oh yeah, that's a better spot for it.
Basically.
Would go there. Then you have to cut a hole through the deck for the tubing.
Yep.
Or I guess the motor's inside here, so it wouldn't.
But for a deck fill, to
Right,
fill the
yeah,
tank,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
But that is right on a seat, but that's not really a big deal. Wow, yeah, that's actually great.
Would that actually be a nice spot for a diesel fill?
Yeah, that's not a bad spot at all. So at least there's no risk of it getting in the water.
So that also settles it has to be quite high for it to be level. So that's her new spot, and the table will just come right over top of it. That's great.
That actually is ideal, and it's
And then the fridge goes here.
yeah, there's still lots of space there, and it's not going to impact the openness of everything.
Keeps this accessible.
Yep, sure does. Sure diddly do.
That's great. That's great. Run what you run. This works for now. This will be.
Yeah, this is great.
This is the first rendition of having fuel.
Doing things within your resources instead of going into debt is
Yeah.
like, we cannot go into debt anymore.
And then up here I'll have the Raycor filters. So it'll be a fuel pump. There's actually space behind it to mount fuel pumps and stuff. That's great. I really
Great.
like this. This suits me good. I'm happy. Now that I think of it, because this doesn't have a proper extension to add a deck through fitting, what I might do is
These big ideas.
cut a hole in the deck above. So then you just open this up, reach through, take the cap off, stick the diesel and fill it directly.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
because then it would match the rest of everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
and it'll look handsome. I know all about that.
Oh, you got a little spider friend down
I
here.
have a spider? Oh, I
Is
do.
there a spider on there? Is it a big spider? Oh, he's not. Is he around right now?
Who knows? This is the outlet, this is the input. Probably goes approximately here because the motor is backwards, so the exhaust elbow comes out this way. So this will wrap around to the exhaust elbow, and yeah, this actually starts to. This is really cool to see the little mock-up. That's great. So that's gonna be how it. And then the motor's gonna go right in the center line here. That's great. That's a great use. This is using
That's
space that is
great,
completely
great.
unused. Super great and great.
Great and great. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. I'm gonna make engine beds that connect. I might actually add. So these are called floors. So I might add an additional floor here, which has a cutaway for the shaft. Maybe I won't because then I can't access that.
Right.
But it'd be really nice to connect at least 5 frames together for the engine beds so that she's glued to the boat, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But maybe I can't. Or maybe I'll add one on the forward face of this so that there's a second last final bearing for it. The V drive, and then the motor's gonna go there, and I'm excited. Look at that.
That's the plan, my guys.
Fridge there. This space really just transformed.
It's gonna be a party.
Water maker there. Yeah.
Done and done.
Done and dusted. Ooh. It is very cold today. Working on Avalon, and it's going good. Just doing a bunch of sanding in the engine room, getting it ready for primer, and then the motors and the generators can start going back in. Whew. I'll show you guys the work. It's not glamorous. She is very big though, I'll tell you what. It's kind of crazy how big this boat really is. Yeah, I already showed you guys a quick walk around on deck. Here's the cockpit. Nice deck prisms everywhere. Whew. There's all the fancy cabins back there. I'll show you those another time. Whew. This is the engine room hatch. It's normally sealed up and has beautiful wood on it. Galley and crew quarters up forward goes very far, as you would imagine. But for now, I'm stuck in down here. Whew. So the arrangement is a gen set and a gen set and a motor here, which have been removed, and they're being replaced with smaller, equally powerful motors. So there's the prop shaft back there. There's the other one back there. We've given everything a cursory grind, but I've been going through and giving everything a nice fine sand so that I can put the epoxy on it. These are diesel tanks here, a couple diesel tanks, all kinds of gear and equipment everywhere. It's staggering. Whoa, yeah, all the electronics back there. Now this is a nice sanded, smooth surface ready for primer. I don't have any of this done over here. And I got most of all of this done. I got probably 5 or 6 more hours of prep down here to do, and then probably a day or 2 of priming to do. And I've already done the aft lazarette, so with like maybe 2 hours of prep to do back there left. Whoa. And then it gets a nice coat of paint on top of the primer. This is insane back here. Don't love the work, but I'm gonna love sailing on this boat, and pays for Dagon right now, so happy to have the work, and I love the people I work with, so this is great. Okay, time for me to shut up and get back to work. Okay, just got the engine room 100% done, 100% sanded, and now I'm gonna go do last little bits of sanding touch up in the stern and the lazarette, knock this out of the park, get it done, get out of here. Okay, well, I've got 13 days until splash. Booked my splash date. It's for the 1st of next month, and I have just barely enough money to pull this off. In fact, I don't have enough, so I've got to sell some stuff, some things that are very dear to me, and it's hustle mode. Time to wrap up all the projects, time to get it all done, and yeah, that about sums it up, you know? Let's go. Let's get it done. Come on, baby. Let's get in the water.